Now, the United Nations is appealing for international help for victims of the civil war in South Sudan. The head of the United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs, Mark Lowcock, has visited camps for displaced people in Kordofan. The 5-year-long war has killed tens of thousands and forced 3 million from their homes. Well, earlier we spoke to Mark Lowcock, and he says aid groups need the security backing of the government to do a more efficient job in the region.
The number of people displaced has been growing. I talked to people in camps, both in government-controlled areas, and I've just flown back this morning, 15 minutes away from a government-controlled town, having talked to opposition supporters, and the situation continues to deteriorate. There are 7 million people who need humanitarian assistance. The situation gets worse because the cessation of hostilities that all the parties agreed to in December and reconfirmed their commitment to in February is not being adhered to. It's a fiction. We need better access for the humanitarian agencies who are suffering from all sorts of difficulties, kidnappings and killings and hostilities and inappropriate levies and extortion. The government has some responsibilities here to be putting in place a better operating environment and providing really genuine usable access for the aid agencies. There are thousands of humanitarian workers here in this country. More than 100 have been killed since the fighting began, but they are staying and delivering and meeting the needs of more than 5 million people. But they could do a much better job if they weren't subject to these killings and kidnappings and the extortion and so on. The government have said to me they want unimpeded access everywhere in the country, and the opposition want that too. So they need to live up to what they're saying. Humanitarian agencies are impartial. We will go everywhere where there are people in need. But we need the cooperation of the men with guns to get to those people in need.